What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Refinishing Furniture. My name is Monica, and I am the founder and creator of Jersey Vintage. Hello again. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. This week we're starting off with this Lane mid-century modern cedar chest that I found on Facebook Marketplace for $50. It does have a little bit of damage, but nothing we can't fix. I'm going to start prepping my piece for paint, and this includes cleaning my piece using crud cutter, which is a degreaser. This specific crud cutter does not require rinsing, but I still like to rinse my piece just to make sure that I'm getting all the dirt and grime off of it. I will be reusing this hardware, but I have to remove it now so I can sand the front of the chest. After removing the pulls, I prop my piece off the ground to make it easier to remove the feed, and this is when I made another mistake. As you can see here, everything's going great. I'm just removing all the screws from all around the bottom of the chest. That's great, that's perfect. Now you gotta remember, this had a broken leg and somebody tried to repair it, right? Well, they also put a ton of glue along with the screws. So as you can see, it's kind of loose here. So I'm going to go now and try to remove the base without breaking it. And this is what happens. Oh, I was so mad, you guys. Now I know it was already broken, but it just caused more fractures in the same area. Now I was pretty heated, so I went inside, got myself a nice Diet Coke with some ice. Then I went back outside to continue removing everything from the front of the chest so that I could sand down to bare wood. For this project, I'm going to be using my orbital sander, and I'm going to use 120 grit sandpaper. Now, you got to remember, if you're doing this by yourself and you're sanding over veneer, you don't want to go any lower than 120 grit because you will sand through the veneer, especially if it's very, very thin. I scuff sanded the rest of the piece and hand sanded the edges. I originally thought about sanding down to bare wood and restaining the entire chest, but unfortunately, because of all the damage to the veneer, especially to the top, I was not able to do that. So instead, I'm going to stain the middle front and paint the rest to cover up the Bondo patches. Now, talking about Bondo, here I'm just mixing some of it to fill in some of the deep scratches and areas where it's missing wood veneer. After it dries, I'm going to go ahead and sand lightly and get started with some paint. For the side of the chest where the veneer was either broken off or peeling away from the main piece, I went ahead and added some wood glue to the back of it and taped it down. I do like to use a syringe for this process just because it makes it easier to put the glue in small areas where you can't fit the tip of the glue bottle. You can find these syringes in Amazon, or you can find them pretty much at any arts and crafts store. Like I mentioned it earlier, I will be staining the middle front of the chest, and for this I'm going to be using Varathabe wood stain in the color Special Walnut. I use this beautiful green paint from Behr, and I can't tell you off the top of my head the name of this paint, but be sure to look in the description box below for the name of the color and any other supplies I used to refinish this cedar chest. Now while you guys watch me paint the rest of this piece of furniture, I'm just going to give you guys a little life update. I know I haven't been on here for about a month and a half. The reason for that is that my husband finally came back from deployment. He was gone for 10 months, you guys. It is the longest we have ever been without seeing each other, and it was really hard. Initially, he was only going to be out for 6 months, but as you all know, there's just a lot of things going on out in the world, and other countries starting crap with other countries, and so because of that he had to stay out for an extra 3 months. But yeah, he finally came home, and we ended up going to Saratoga Springs to spend some quality time, just the two of us. And there will be a lot more changes coming up. As you guys know, I was living part-time in New York and part-time in Virginia. We do have a change of duty coming up in the first few months of next year of 2023, and we will be moving to a new place, so you guys will see me refinishing furniture in a different setting. Here I'm just sanding the rest of the base so I can stain it the same color as the front of the chest. So as I was saying, we will be moving to Maryland. So if I have anyone on here that's from Maryland, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to meet some of you in person if possible. But yeah, we're gonna be moving. It's about 5 hours away from here, so it's not bad at all. And I'm just happy, and I feel very fortunate that we were able to get those orders, because you guys, for those of you that don't know, we don't have kids yet, and we're definitely trying to start our new family, to have babies, and so I want to be able to have my mom as close as possible to me, at least for the, for the first few years of having a baby. Here in the next few weeks, we will be traveling to Maryland to see some of the neighborhoods and decide where we want to live. We will be house hunting as well for the next few months until we find a home that really fits our needs and our wants for the next 3 years. I do want to bring you guys along. Now, I have never tried vlogging, but perhaps I can drop a video here and there just to show you guys a little bit more about our life and the way we do things in the Britt household. Anyway, enough about me. Here I'm just adding a second coat, but I did do 3 coats for full coverage, and I sanded down between each coat to make sure I have a nice smooth texture. To top coat this piece, I used Clear Wax by Behr. Using a wax brush or lint-free rag, spread a thin coat of wax all over your piece. Let it sit for about 30 minutes and buff out any residue. I waited 12 hours before adding a second coat and repeated the same steps. I decided to use wax instead of poly to keep the finish of this piece as matte as possible, but still having a top coat to protect my paint job. You're a real one if you made it to the end of the video. Don't forget to like my video, leave a comment down below, share with your friends and family. This is a free way in which you can help my channel grow. If you want to see more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And don't forget that all the links for the products used are found in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for another furniture flip. Bye bye!